Welcome to Walnut Park Baptist Church on this Sunday morning. It's good to see you all here today. If you are a visitor with us or a guest with us today, Pastor will say more in a few minutes about getting something into your hands as far as a gift from us. But welcome, and it's good to have you all here this morning. A few announcements to get started here this morning. The first one, I've been delinquent a few weeks now. I've been reminded several times now, so I've got to do it. But there have been several funerals and services and luncheons following funerals this year already, and every single time I get a card in the mail to the office, and just a quick brief thank you for all the church has done for them. I just want to say that publicly. People have been very, very taken back by how gracious everybody has been over the course of the past few months. I just really want to say thank you to the church as a whole for all that generosity and grace and love that you have shown in really some pretty incredibly difficult times for a lot of people. So thank you all very much. Today, after the morning service, we're going to go right into a quick business meeting. The trustees and deacons are going to propose what is going on with the carport outside, with leveling some of that uneven concrete, with what's going on there. So that'll be right after the service. Shouldn't take but a few minutes, I hope, and we'll discuss that and then go on to Sunday school. So if you look in your notes or the handout, the announcements for today, there is the river party at the Farrars. I put after the business meeting. It'll actually be after Sunday school, so just don't get that confused. It'll go to church service, the quick business meeting, and then we'll end with Sunday school this morning, and then the Farrars will be after that for lunch. Gym night this Thursday is going to be more focused on just the teen guys and above. So all adult men are invited. We're going to focus on basketball. So instead of volleyballs going here and baseballs being hit over here with guys trying to play pick up basketball, it'll just be the men, teen and above, for a basketball night. It'll be this Thursday, the 17th. And then beginning next Sunday is going to kick off church-wide canvassing opportunities for soccer camp. So there's a sign-up sheet in the back on the Welcome Center. If you have availability on Sundays, Tuesdays, or Thursdays over the next 3 weeks, that'll become available next Sunday. And we'll get you more word on that and some organization there as we get close to Sunday. With that being said, there's one more I heard in the hallway, and that is Ladies Missionary this Tuesday at 1 o'clock at the cabin. All right, Farrar's Cabin, 1 o'clock this Tuesday if you're involved with Ladies Missionary. That being said, Daniel, if you'd please come lead us in some songs. I'm sorry, after the video.
This morning with singing about our God and particularly how great He is. So please stand with me, if you will, as we sing, How Great Is Our God.
The splendor of the King, clothed in majesty, let all the earth rejoice, and all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, and darkness tries to hide, and trembles at his voice, and trembles at his voice. How great is our God! Sing with me, how great is our God! And all will see how great, how great is our God! and time is in his hands, beginning and the end, beginning and the end. The Godhead three in one, the Father, Spirit, Son, the Lion and the Lamb, the Lion and the Lamb. How great is our God! Sing with me, how great is our God! And all will see how great is our God. Name above all names, worthy of all praise. My heart will sing how great is our God. Name above all names, worthy of all praise. My heart will sing how great is our God. How great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. And all will see how great is our God. We will glorify the King of Kings. We will glorify the Lamb. We will glorify the Lord of Lords, who is the great I am. Lord Jehovah reigns in majesty. We will bow before his throne. We will worship him in righteousness. We will worship him alone. He is Lord of heaven, Lord of earth. He is Lord of all who lives. He is Lord of all the universe. All praise to him we give. Hallelujah to the King of Kings. Hallelujah to the Lamb. Hallelujah to the Lord of Lords, who is the great I am. You may be seated.
Colossians 1. If you've got your Bibles this morning, our reading will be from Colossians chapter 1 this morning. And a truth that Paul emphasizes here in Colossians 1 is really, if you don't have Christ supreme in relation to the church or in your own personal life, your Christian effectiveness, your Christian life is going to be pretty minimal. In fact, it will be not. It'll be nothing. We've got to recognize that Christ is supreme both within the church as his body, but also in our individual lives. And Pastor will say a whole lot more on that as we get into Galatians 2:20 this morning. But Colossians 1 and verse 15. I read these verses on last Sunday during the Lord's Supper, and I think the redundancy here would probably be a benefit. So let's do it again. Colossians 1:15. He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of all creation. For by him all things were created, in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. Whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authorities, all things were created through him and for him. And he is before all things, and in him all things hold together. And he is the head of the body, the church. He is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in everything he might be preeminent. For in him all the fullness of God was pleased to dwell, and through him to reconcile to himself all things, whether on earth or in heaven, making peace by the blood of his cross. And you, who once were alienated and hostile in mind, doing evil deeds, he has now reconciled by his body of flesh, by his death, in order to present you holy and blameless and above reproach before him. If indeed you continue in the faith, stable and steadfast,